I'm back. I'm sorry, you've already seen this look today, but that's okay. I'm feeling decently currently, and I've been having some really bad migraines, so now is the time. I don't know what's up with these. Now is the time. Sorry, I'm on one. I saw a friend do a tag video, and it was originally done by Allie Glines, and I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, because I suck at saying people's names. But my friend Something by Katie on YouTube, she did this tag, and it made me super nostalgic, and I wanted to share my answers with you guys. You guys may not even be remotely interested in hearing my answers, but here we are. So, I'm going to start with the very first question, and I paraphrase these because that's how your girl rolls. She's kind of lazy when it comes to writing, and my handwriting sucks. So the first question is, what's the oldest makeup product that you have in your collection? And it's a tie. I can't remember which came first. I might have gotten one after the other, but I have my Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and then I also have my KVD Monarch palette, which I've already told you guys about in a previous video. It has special meaning to me, although I think I am going to declutter it. I think I did declutter it, but it's still like lingering around because I have a problem letting go of things that I care about. The next question is, what's the newest item in your collection? And that would be my Clionadh Cosmetics single eyeshadows, which I am like so excited to use that it's not even fathomable. Like, okay, it is maybe a little bit to a lot of us because we're makeup fans, but I like have been waiting for my arm to heal up so I can just like swatch everything and all of its sparkly goodness. So if we could all just take a moment and be like, please just let my arm heal up so I don't have to try and ambidextrously and not ambidextrously swatch this, because clearly, as you guys saw in my last video, I have no propensity for it at all. Anyway, so the next question is, what is the first makeup you used? For me, it was, I actually believe, it was like that Lip Smackers, and I think it was like Birthday Cake or one of those. It was awesome, and I thought I was top shit with my Birthday Cake lip gloss. I was like, slathering it on, but it smelled amazing. Like, now I'd have to check the ingredients, but in my like 6th grade mind, it was the coolest thing ever. Actually, I think I wore it even earlier than that. Trend that I used to love that I now hate, and there is only one for me, and I will insert an awful picture. In fact, you'll probably get to see a couple awful pictures of me throughout this, and that would be thin, overplucked, overwaxed eyebrows. Good lord, thank you 90s for screwing up every school picture I ever had, because your girl was a hyper plucker, a hyper waxer. I had nothing. Like, the fact that I have anything at this point is a miracle, to be honest with you guys. So conversely, the trend that I used to hate that I now love is having eyebrows, because now I'm like, I wish I would have listened to my mother. All the things in my life I wish I would have listened to my mother about was my eyebrows. That and constantly dyeing and cutting my hair. Good lord, I looked like crap. In my teen years, I was a hot mess. So in any case, she was right. I should have left him alone. I now regret it. I will regret it forever. Mistakes that I can never undo. The next question is, what is your favorite step in your makeup routine? And for me, this is probably no surprise, but I love eyeshadow. If I, like, it's not the thing that I would do without, like if I could only pick one thing, which is the next question, but like my favorite thing to do is eyeshadow. I enjoy it. I find it to be very cathartic and artistic and just a fun way to outlet my creativity, since apparently the rest of it is dead. But for me, that is my favorite. What is the product that I can't live without? And for me, that's eyeliner. Like, if everything else in my collection had to go, and I wouldn't want it, trust me, I wouldn't. I feel like the one thing that makes the biggest difference on my face is eyeliner. Now, I suck at it, and I'm terrible at it, but I don't know what it is about drawing one damn line over my eyes, but it just makes me feel better as a person. This is a tough question because it actually goes in line with another question. What is your earliest makeup memory? And for me, I'm going to tie these together. I had a friend, and it's just funny because in Something by Katie's video, she had talked about almost the same thing. It's humorous to me because she's a lot younger than I am, and she literally had almost the same memory. So, I guess for a lot of us, we were introduced to makeup by Mary Kay. One of my best friends when I was growing up, her mom sold Mary Kay, and so her older sister, this was like when I was in probably 7th grade, so back in 98, oh, I'm old, holy shit. So back in 98, I was watching her sister, and her sister to me was one of the most beautiful people that I knew. Like, she was gorgeous. She was like the epitome of everything I wanted to be. Same with my friend. Like, she was very pretty. She had like that hourglass figure, and she had gorgeous hair and perfect teeth, and I just wanted to punch her in the face. But in any case, they had those really beautiful pink kits that you could customize with different eyeshadows, and you could put like all kinds of different stuff into. And for me, I immediately, apparently that's where my packaging love came from, because I actually kind of wish I had that now. Now, I actually ended up having a really terrible allergic reaction to Mary Kay later in life. Not much later in life, because it was like 7th grade. I got called Lobster Girl for like a hot minute. But in any case, I just remember every night that we would get around to go out to the movies or out to Hacienda, which is this restaurant by where I live, or roller skating rink, we would just sit there lined up in front of her huge mirror, and she would do my eye makeup because I felt like I was terrible at it. Or once in a while we could get her sister to do my makeup, or she would do my makeup, or I would do my makeup. But we'd sit there in front of this mirror and we would just get around together and we'd listen to music and we'd talk and we'd gossip, and it was like the best thing ever. I wish more than anything I could go back to those moments in life. They were definitely simple, which is funny because at the time, like, it felt like everything was super serious, and of course when you're like in 7th grade, like nothing is that serious, but you don't realize it. However, they were wonderful, wonderful times looking back at it now, and that is definitely what sparked my interest in makeup for many years to come. The next question is, what's the worst look I've ever done? Which, again, I will refer to a picture, probably when I had no eyebrows, but I would always wear, like, white or teal eyeshadow, and I wouldn't, like, take it up or do anything with it. No, it was a one color in a deal, and it would cover all in here. I looked awful. I'd usually wear it with, like, a really bold lipstick, which I'm for. Like, there's so many of you guys that pull it off and you, like, you rock it. But I'm telling you, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade me, I did not rock it. I did not rock it. So you'll see that. The next question is, what is your favorite makeup look that you've ever done? And for me, pretty much I feel like anything I've ever done with Pat McGrath, I feel like every single one of those is one of my favorites. Like, I never dislike anything I do with her eyeshadows. Now, I feel that way about a lot of indie brands at this point too, but I feel like because I'm always trying to do something different, I end up with looks that I'm like, I'm lukewarm about, if that makes any sense. What is your favorite drugstore product? Now, for me, it's been a hot minute since I've shopped at the drugstore. However, there are two that stand out in my mind because they were my favorites. Back in the day, and I don't know if they still make it or sell it or anything like that, there was these things, they were like little L'Oreal duos, and they were like hip, like, I think they were called like hip duos, and I loved those. There was like this brown and gold one, and that was like, in my late teens, early 20s, that was my go-to. Like, I would throw the gold on here and like the dark brown in the corner, and honestly, I liked the way that looked. Looking back at pictures of that time period when my skin was awesome and and I was skinny and everything was well and I was tan, I would still rock that now. Like, hands down, no problem. The other thing I would get back in the day were these things. They were from Physicians Formula, and I think they still have them. They're like bronzer. They're not sticks, but they're like, I'll insert a picture. I will find a picture. And you could just like rub your brush through it, and you could use it as eyeshadow. You could use it as bronzer. I was orange. I used to tan like all the time. I was orange. But in any case, I loved that. Loved it. Still love it. I would still use it, honestly. Assuming I'm not allergic to it, because I have problems. Next question is, what is your favorite splurge item? And for me, it's going to be any Pat McGrath palette, like the big ones, because those are expensive. Actually, I should just say any Pat McGrath in general. They are a splurge, but for the most part, as long as the color story is new, it is worth it 100%. I've never gotten a bad palette from her, and no matter what, any look that I've ever created with any of her palettes, I've loved. Like, I love anything I do with them. Next question is, what is your most repurchased item? And for me, either my Tarte eyeliner, or my Tarte mascara, or I've got Benefit Brow Setter. And those for me are like, without a doubt, I always get them. I'm always going to continue to get them. I do like to try and dabble in other things once in a while, but because I know I'm not allergic to them, and those to me are usually things that always irritate me when I switch out, I don't like to do that. Now, the brow setter, not so much. I would definitely try a different brow setter, but for me, specifically eyeliner, like, I'm not going to stop getting that unless they stop making it. And Lord, I pray that that does not happen because, whew, I hate switching out eyeliners. What is your favorite place to shop? Now, for years, that used to be Sephora, but honestly, I don't feel like they treat people very well. And the rewards program, they revamped it in like a laughable way. So for me, it's Ulta all the way, baby. If they could just get some of the stuff that is sold at Sephora, I would never shop at Sephora again. I said it. What is the most underrated product? I don't know if that means in like your collection or in general, but my answer is going to be the same, and that is going to be, you guys probably already know this because I talk about this in almost every video where I use a lip gloss. That is my Ronvier Villa Mill lip gloss. I seriously don't think that there is a better product out there for your lips. I have never bought anything that more fully filled in the lines of my mouth, was moisturizing and soft, and just made my lips look like I had a lip job done. I love it. I will always repurchase it. I hope he comes out with a million other colors, because I will buy all million of those other colors, to be real honest with you guys. Sorry, my husband came home and I was really excited to see him, so I had to take a little break-see there. So the next question is, what is the most overrated product? For me, I've got kind of a I don't know, more general answer rather than a specific brand, I'm gonna say high-end makeup brushes. It might seem weird because I actually do use quite a few like high-end makeup brushes, but to be honest with you, I really like my like normal Morphe brushes. I know everybody hates Morphe, but I really do like their brushes. I think they're really good. But I do like their brushes. Now, I do think they are more like workhorse brushes, so that means like they are a little bit more rough on your face depending on which ones you get. I kind of like their natural hair ones just because I think that they do a really good job of blending out shadows. I do also think that there is a place for like high-end brushes or luxury brushes. For me, I like that they are soft, so if I'm having an irritated eye day, sometimes I'll pick those up, or just in general, it's nice for certain areas. But for me, I think that high-end brushes are a little bit overrated. Sorry. Item that has been discontinued that I wish would come back would be Makeup Geek's duochromes. They were like one of the first brands I remember doing duochromes, and I want them back. I'm ready. I'm ready for them to come back. I want to add those to my collection. I am like waiting with bated breath for them to return. Question is, where do you go for your makeup inspiration? And for me, I go a couple different places. Obviously, I like Instagram because you can look up tags and look up different things you might be interested in, whether it be like color or theme. For me, I really like to look up by like palette. Of course, does that shock anybody? The other place I like to look is Pinterest. I think that that is a really interesting place. I don't think it's utilized as much as it used to be, but I upload all my stuff there pretty much. So if you ever get bored, Pinterest, Jaclyntriesit. Also, a new one for me has been TikTok. Makeup on TikTok. Very interesting. It's a fun little world. Although I'm kind of like, I never wanted to have a TikTok, and here I am loving TikTok. Like, having a bad day? TikTok. Having a great day, want to share it with everyone? TikTok. Don't ask me what happened. 2 years ago, I was griping at my kids because I thought it was stupid. Now look at me. Here I am. A hypocrite. What is something you want to see less of? For me, I am sick to death of constant releases. Like, I am very much one of those people that I collect stuff and I like to do stuff for my channel, but I feel like it has reached such a level of consumerism that I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm kind of weary. I feel like everything is a copy of a copy of a copy for the most part. And I'm very interested in trying different formulations, although I need to stop doing that, to be honest with you guys, because of my sensitivities. I love trying new brands. I like trying new makeup, but at this point, I've got a few more that I've got ordered, but I think I'm pretty well done buying from different brands. I'm going to buy within a few brands when they do their releases, because it is just, even, because I'm the type of person, I sell stuff before I buy new stuff, so I'm constantly selling stuff from my collection so I can purchase stuff for new videos, and it's just not sustainable. To be honest, I mean, yes, if you have lots of money, that's fine. You can buy whatever you want. It's your money. I'm not telling you what to do. But actually, there's a YouTuber that talks about it and says it well, and that's Mel Thompson, and she talks about not going into debt for makeup, and I agree with that 100%. You know, I think it's great that there's things out there like Afterpay and Klarna, whatever, that other one. I think it's great that that's out there, but I think it can perpetuate bad habits, and so... And they're easy to fall into. I'm not just saying you guys, I'm talking about me too, for sure. I mean, in general, it's easy to fall into that and go, oh, well, I can pay it off then, or this, or that, and then end up going, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff, and now it's not even relevant, and I'm still paying on it, and it's just a really vicious cycle. So for me, I'm really tired of constant releases. And for me, something I do want to see happen, which is the last question, is I'd love to see the trend of small items. So, for instance, Tammy Tenuka, love her product. She has been releasing multiple variations of sizes of palettes, and I'm going to insert a picture so you guys can check it out. She releases like full-size regular palettes, or even just parts of each of those full-size palettes, or for me, I love this, she releases a miniature size, because for the majority of us that have larger collections, we're never going to get through all of our stuff, and so it's kind of impractical. But I love being able to try different things, and that is a great way to experience something. Or for instance, Melt just did their collection, the Petite collection, and I loved that. I liked being able to try a bunch of different colors and the nude lipsticks, and number one, now I'm like, okay, I want them in full size, because that's just kind of how I roll. But I do think it is great to have that option, because then you're not wasting as much. You can get through things, you can try more, and you don't have a bunch of product just sitting around. So I like that. I think that is a great trend. I'd like to see more of that. And that pretty much wraps up this video, actually. So I really hope that this was interesting to some of you guys. It may just seem like, oh my gosh, another person doing a tag video, but it was really interesting to me when I saw it, and I wanted to do it like right away. So again, this was originally done by Allie Glines, and I will link her down below. And then I did actually see this done by Something by Katie, and I will link her down below so you can check out her video and her answers. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a comment down below. Maybe let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. I would love to hear. Like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell for future updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.